Hi, and welcome to Out Past the Rings, Volume 44.5. To fight the bug, we must understand the bug, and the bug doesn't like screamo. So, this is the Zampler 5, Out Past the Rings. We made 300 of these. Why? It was a poor idea to make 300 of the CDs, despite the Zampler being even better than Zampler 3 and 4, in my opinion. Primarily because I decided to go with, I'm not going to say elaborate artwork, but elaborate artwork for Dave. So these were taking way too long. So if you have number 1 to 100, it's going to look like that. And if you have number 100 to 300, it's going to look like this, much more simple with the question mark and bug in there. Yeah, I'm a genius. All right, so the art for the Zampler was done by Kemi from Young Mountain's friend or partner, Alinde Hiem Rosen. Sorry if I mispronounced that, which I most certainly did. There's 25 bands on this Zampler. It came out July 1st of 2015, as a Zampler comes out every 6 months, or at least that is the intention. So there were 7 unreleased tracks predating the release. 5 of them predate an actual release, including the Neonde plugin song from Frustration. You've got a Yusuke song that should have been on the Tentacles 10-inch, but ended up on 5-song EP tape on Larry Records, and then a discography tape. You've got Lemontide, or Lemontide. They're the focus of the next Out Past the Rings. You've got an unreleased, at that time, Kiken song, which is Sasha from Life in Vacuum. We premiered the Un-Endamori track from the Big Machine split. And the other 2 unreleased tracks, I guess, have a permanent home here. There's the Mia Tej, Van Leeuwen and Burke, Carter J, Welcome to 2015, You Pieces of Shit, which was a demo from the K-Lute split with the placement that I wanted, but the vocals just, I didn't have them there yet. But at the time I recorded this demo, I was super excited about it, and about to go on the Mia Tej People's Temple Project 2015 tour, so that reminds me heavily of this Zampler and trying to make these copies before shows. I think maybe before one show. So, oops. What's next? Oh, right, there's the other unreleased track, which is the I Love Your Lifestyle Circus song. It was sent to me, as previously mentioned, another Out Past the Rings, with the 7-inch masters, and I thought there was 4 tracks for that 7-inch until I got the 7-inch, and I was like, oh, there's only 3. So I was able to convince the band that despite the song might be a little old and didn't necessarily represent their sound at the time, it's pretty cool for people to get to listen to that song as opposed to just no one ever hearing it. So I think this was a good home for it, and it's a good song. I thoroughly enjoy it. There's also a Respire track from the demo that's here. I guess I'd already heard the full LP at that point, because I remember saying, I need to hear this before I can release it. Ha ha! So I must have already heard it at this point. Regardless, I guess that will conclude Out Past the Rings, Volume 44.5, and until next time, game over. Fetch.